Premier League game week 21 predictions. We have midweek Premier League football and it is absolutely beautiful. And there's some very decent games to look forward to in this game week, including third in the table, Nottingham Forest versus top of the league, my team, Liverpool. So let's get straight into the predictions. First up on Tuesday, 7:30, we have Brentford hosting Manchester City. A lot of people might say City are back. They've beaten Leicester away 2-0, and in their last game they beat West Ham comfortably, a dour West Ham side, let's be real. Lopetegui has now been sacked 4-1. And I would be of the opinion that they're not back, because I watched them against Leicester and they were very lucky. Leicester should have got something out of that game. And I think any team in the league would have beaten West Ham under Lopetegui, especially over these last few weeks. Brentford, on the other hand, missing an awful lot of players, but came back to form maybe with a fantastic 5-0 win at St Mary's against Southampton in the last game week. I don't think City win this. I am going to say Brentford 1, Manchester City 1. Next up, we have Chelsea versus Bournemouth at Stamford Bridge at the same time. Chelsea winless in 4. A disappointing 1-1 draw at Crystal Palace last time out, where they went 1-0 up. Bournemouth, on the other hand, are unbeaten in their last 8. A solid win last time out against Everton at home. And this is a tough game. You might think, oh, this is maybe a good opportunity for Chelsea to bounce back, but I think it's a really tough game. Bournemouth are a good side, especially under Iraola. They're having a good season, and I think, if anything, usually in these games against the better teams, the bigger clubs, they up their game. I'm saying Bournemouth win this. Chelsea 1, Bournemouth 2. Then we have West Ham under new manager Graham Potter up against Fulham at the London Stadium. Now look, I think Graham Potter is going to do a really good job at West Ham. I think it's a great appointment. I think he did a fantastic job at Brighton. I think he maybe took that Chelsea job too soon. He wasn't treated very well either, like a lot of managers aren't at Chelsea. But this is a tough first game. He's coming up a good Fulham side, very, very well coached by Marco Silva, on good form at the moment. They have attackers who can take advantage of any sort of chances that they give you. But I do think West Ham will be a better side under Potter, and I do think you will see some sort of a bounce, especially with the quality that West Ham have in their side. They have so many quality players. They have to be doing better at some stage. West Ham 2, Fulham 2. Then we have the big one at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. Nottingham Forest versus my team, Liverpool. And I'll be real, as a Liverpool fan, I'm nervous for this game. I really am. Forest are on an unbelievable run of form. I mean, they're third in the league, deservedly. They're level on points with Arsenal. I mean, they're pretty much the closest to top of the league, along with Arsenal right now. They've won their last, 5 or 6 games in the league. Another solid 3-0 win away to Wolves last time out. As for ourselves, not a great performance against Spurs during the week, but that was the cup. I think we were holding back to a certain extent too. We knew whatever happens, we could make up for it in the home leg. But the performance last weekend was not good enough against Manchester United. And if it's something similar here, I don't think we will win this game. This is going to be tough. And I think Liverpool have to score first in this game. I'm honestly going to say Nottingham Forest 2, Liverpool 2. Then on to Wednesday's games. First up, we have at 7:30, Everton hosting Aston Villa. Everton now, at this moment in time, have not appointed a new manager, but it looks 99% that it is going to be David Moyes. By the time you're watching this video, he probably will be Everton manager. And I think he's going to do a good job there. I mean, it's just good vibes, isn't it? He was one of their best managers ever the first time he managed them. And I think he will do a good job there. As for Villa, they've been up and down over the last number of weeks. A couple of decent wins, a couple of maybe disappointing results as well. And it's a tough game if it is for Moyes in his first game back at Everton. I'll be real, I do think Moyes will be a good appointment for Everton in the long term, but I see them losing this game. I'm going to say Everton score 1 and Aston Villa score 2. We have Leicester hosting Crystal Palace at the same time. Leicester, look, a bit doomed, don't they? I mean, Southampton look absolutely doomed, but Leicester, I think, look similar. They're off the back of what now? 5 losses in a row. Crystal Palace have not been great this season. We're yet to see the best of them for sure. We're yet to see the team that we've seen towards the end of last season. But it's tough to say in any game Leicester are going to get points from it. And Crystal Palace, I do believe we are seeing an improvement over the last number of weeks, despite a couple of poor performances that they have even been unlucky in as well, I would say. Their forwards are looking a little bit better. A good result against Chelsea last time out. And I think they are defending a little bit better over the last few games. I'm going to say this is going to be Leicester 0, Crystal Palace 1. Newcastle versus Wolves next up. Newcastle absolutely flying. Another fantastic result during the week away to Arsenal. In a game I wasn't surprised that they won. Alexander Isak absolutely flying. Anthony Gordon looking great. They are right now, for me, the second best team in the league. Genuinely. And Wolves have started life under Pereira very well. A disappointing result last time out at home against Forest. In a game in the first half, if they took a couple of chances, it would have been a very different game. But no disgrace in losing to Forest this season at all. This is going to be an interesting game, but at St. James's Park, I can't see past Newcastle. I'm not going to faff around it. I'm going to say Newcastle 3, Wolves 1. Alexander Isak to score in his 8th consecutive Premier League game. Then at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, probably the second biggest game of the game week. Arsenal fans or Spurs fans might say it's the biggest, but really it's not. It's Arsenal versus Spurs at the Emirates. Now, I'm recording this on Friday last. This will probably be out on Monday. Spurs obviously had a good performance and result against Liverpool during the week, even though I didn't think we were very good. We didn't deserve to lose, but yeah. Spurs are, you don't know what you're going to get with them. As for Arsenal, in terms of the last number of weeks, I don't think we've seen much improvement. They were poor again against Newcastle. I thought they were poor against Brighton. If anything, Brighton looked more likely to win in their last Premier League game. After they got the equaliser, Arsenal looked negative, and it's all a little bit up in the air about Arsenal and Arteta and the football at this moment in time. This is going to be a tough game, and Spurs surely will be up for this, I would imagine. And I think there will be plenty of goals. But I'm going to edge it, Arsenal. Arsenal 3, Spurs 2. On to Thursday's games. We have Ipswich hosting Brighton at 7:30. Ipswich coming off now a couple of really good results. Obviously beating Chelsea in their last game at Portman Road, and a very good draw at Craven Cottage last time out. In a game they were up twice, they could have won in. Brighton, I think they were good against Arsenal. I think they were probably the better team, really. They definitely deserved at least a point from it. Brighton obviously started the season very, very well, and they kind of hit a lull halfway through it that they're not fully out of. A good win or something like that, maybe in this game, a few goals, I think would kind of help them to come out of this kind of rut that they're in. They need a few wins. They're a better team, I think, than what they've been showing the last number of weeks. 4 draws in their last 4 games, and I do believe they're going to bounce back here. I think Ipswich will put it up to them. I think if there's any team of the promoted side that's going to stay up this season, it will be Ipswich. Kieran McKenna is a fantastic coach, and he's doing excellently with the resources that he has. But I think Ipswich will lose this game. Ipswich 1, Brighton 3. And then finally, to end off the game week, we have Manchester United versus Southampton on Thursday. Now look, obviously United were fantastic in their cup final against Liverpool at Anfield last Sunday. And United are this kind of team, we've seen it against City. They can be really good in the odd game. They never do it consistently. Obviously, as I said, this is being recorded before their FA Cup match away at the Emirates against Arsenal on Sunday. I don't know how that will go, even though I think United will maybe give them a good run for their money, Arsenal, but probably lose. But United there's never any consistency. And this is the kind of game that they'd struggle at. Genuinely, this is the kind of game that they would struggle at. Even though Southampton look already doomed and they look already resigned to their fate. Obviously, losing 5-0 at home last time out against Brentford. Since the new manager Juric just came in, they've looked a little bit better, but they're just not good enough. It's as simple as that. And look, I believe we're going to see I believe we're going to see a below par Manchester United performance in this game, but they will win. I'm going to say Manchester United 2, Southampton 1. So that is my Premier League predictions for game week 21. Some very big games. Let me know your score predictions in the comments below. I absolutely love to hear them. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my predictions. And give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers.